This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports. You're listening to the Captain Jack Sports Show on Northeast Streaming Sports.
How is everyone? It is the Captain Jack Show. As Captain Jack Show, it's a Sunday night, chilling at the house. And it's strange. It's strange to be doing a Sunday night show here in my house because normally, obviously, all of the Sunday night shows that I have are on the road. But obviously, it's a bye week. So we get a chance to talk about a bunch of sports. There's plenty to talk about. I mean, that I'm watching and I'm flipping back and forth. I'm flipping back and forth between the Eagles, and I said that correctly, the Eagles game against the Cowboys. Actually, right before I flipped, I saw Cooper Rush throw like an interception. So I'm not sure what's happening with that. As far as the Yankees, because I'm flipping back and forth, the Yankees have a runner on second, 2 outs, top of the sixth, leading 4-2. And, you know, the Yankees got to win this game. Yankees got to win this game. No two ways around it. What did I do this weekend? Well, I got inoculated twice. That's all I'm going to say. And then I woke up today because my son came over from across the state to basically fix his truck. And the reason why I say basically fix his truck is because when I get my new truck, my old truck is going to be going to him, which is good. I obviously had to pay for all of the parts, which is like $250 plus again $50 for gas. But considering $300 instead of $1,400 that the dealer wanted to charge me got off rather easy. And again, it's going to be his truck, but at least my truck will be available and ready to drive from Tampa to Jacksonville in a little less than a month, because in 2 weeks, well, actually next weekend I'll be in Vegas. In 2 weeks, I will be in Nolens, and I was going to drive my new truck to Nolens, but I haven't gotten my new truck yet. So I ended up getting a flight. Still waiting on my new truck. It will be fabulous and fantastic once I get it. But I'm waiting on it. But at least now I can drive my old truck to Jacksonville, which will save me plane fare. It's only about 3 hours away. Excuse me. So that'll happen. But at least now I don't have to worry about my brakes, because my son did, all of the rotors were taken, changed out. The brake pads were changed out. The bearings were put in. It's great. Pardon me. Excuse me. My truck now, good to go. If you are watching the show, and again, I'm going back and forth. Cooper Rush not having a good night, 10 yards passing. Well, again, now is, but he threw some yards, but it went to the Eagles. So we have everybody in the house. Let's see who's here. I will do a check-in. Okay, we got Thrash in the house. Thrash said just call him Thrash. It is easier to say Thrash. Bob Standers, down goes the Chiefs. Hot Neil's here. Good to see Hot Neil. Bishop. Chiefs lose again. They should be on a multiple game loss streak. Still pisses me off that we lost on Monday. It does. It still pisses me off that we lost. Jared's in the house. Good to see you as well. Big win by the Stillers today. And that's another good thing about this weekend, is that the Stillers beat the fake Pirates. So going into work tomorrow, I could giggle my goony goo ass off about that. Because all of these people that were saying, it's kind of like Chiefs fans that are saying that the Chiefs are going to win a Super Bowl this year. I don't think so. Chiefs lose in what was a very entertaining game, and I was glad to see that Josh Allen threw that touchdown. But then I looked at the clock, and it was 1 minute and 4 seconds. 1 minute and 4 seconds. And I'm like, he's giving it up to Mahomes. And then like 2 plays later, Mahomes throws a pick. And that was great. And it's like, and I don't know what they were looking at. But they said that, they had to look. It was a pick. Pure and simple. Brian, I hope Philly beats San Diego. I do too. Love to see my Phillies win. That's why there is, and I don't know actually where this is. There's the Mike Schmidt pick behind it. Of course, you see the Larry Boa jersey. I'm keeping them up until the Phillies are out. Congrats on our Philadelphia Phillies moving on. There you go. Chris Lentz, good to see that as well. A po' boy and a little jambalaya and a Big Easy. I can't wait to eat. Hey, Cam, congrats on your Phillies. Tight game with my Yankees. Yeah, like I said, I'm still watching. Okay. I guess the Yankees didn't do anything. So it's bottom 6th. Ramirez is up, 1 out. Yankees still winning 4-2. Pittsburgh reports coming to beat Tampa twice this weekend. Well, again, I'm happy that you beat the fake Pirates. I watched a little bit of the Lightning game, but I was more worried about the Gator game. Gators played well at times, but they just did not have all of the answers. All the answers for LSU. That's in the house. Okay, yeah, that's just a pop fly. Chiefs should be 3-3. Actually, they could be 2-4. My son is so excited about his 4-2 Jets. Well, they got a winning record. Buffalo's team in the AFC, and I've said we say I thought that the Bills were going to win the AFC. I said that a long time ago. Green Bay will be lucky to even make the playoffs. We'll see. Vikings, maybe. Not the Bears. Not Detroit. Probably the Vikings. Dirty Low, good to see you, brother. Salute to you as well. Good to see you, Dirty Low. Yankees need Cole one more inning. I think so. Jimmy Farrell, I got to say the Jets been a surprise. They have been a surprise. What's going on with New York? Isles are off to a good start. 1-1. That's a good start. Come on. Alpha 314. Good to see you. Is that Eagles? Fly Eagles fly. Good to see you. The Phillies as saying we are turning the clock back to 1993 and being a magical team who's ready to make a run. I love that. is winning. Don't care. Sorry, Hot Neil. I don't like UM. I don't. Miami. I know that you're a UM guy. Flyers are off to a good start. What are they, like 1-0? Saw they beat somebody, was it 3-2? So they're not bad. 2-0 Pens. Jimmy, watch out. Sid the Kid. Well, having said that, hang on a second, because I know Jared wants to call in. Jared, don't call in yet. Let me get the phone line up, because I know you're going to be calling. Okay, now here's the thing. I'm keeping the phone line on this portion of the computer. Maybe it's because I put it over on the other side that people can't hear it. So I'm going to keep it on this side, and maybe that'll be the reason why people will actually be able to hear the computer. Okay, turning on my YouTube here. I got all of those. No. Hanyo, you don't have to. No. You don't have to. Hey, just because I don't like UM, that doesn't mean that you have to, back off. That's your team, man. That's your team. No problem with that. No problem with that. Your team, partner. No worries at all. Okay, there's the phone line. There's the string. I got that. I'll put up here. Flyers are 2-0. Nice. Jimmy Farrell, glad you're doing good, my friend, with everyone in the chat. You surprised the Dodgers are out? Yes. I'm more surprised that the Phillies are in the NLCS than I am with the Dodgers being out. I think that the Dodgers and the Padres, kind of like the way that the Mets and the Braves were just kind of like had to play each other to such an extreme that they kind of played each other out. They kind of were exhausted at the end of that. So I'm more surprised that the Phillies are where they are. I'm more surprised that the Phillies are where they are. Where's my phone line? There it is. So yeah, I'm a bit surprised, but phone line is up, Jared. So you can hit the phone. I'll put the what do you call it? Get the timer ready. Good. No, that's not it. That's not it. There we go. Now I got the timer going. So if you want to join the show, let me get the timer ready for Jared. Get it loaded. 1 second, Jared. Okay. Well, Jared, call in again, Jared, please. It didn't go into my phone yet. There we go. Oh, it's Hot Neil. Hang on, it's Hot Neil calling first. 1 second, Hot Neil. 1 second, Hot Neil. Let me get this squared away. Oh, I missed Hot Meal. Shit. Now it's calling again. Let's see here. Somebody else is calling. Okay, call. See, there's Jared. Let me try to get the phone line up. Okay, Hot Neil, you're gonna have to call back. Hot Neil, you're gonna have to call back.
Call from
Pittsburgh, Jared D. Gigrola.
Okay, there you go. Jared, are you in the house?
I'm here, Cap. Let's go.
Okay, Hot Neil, you gotta hold and accept it. Okay, well, oh no, I gotta. Jared, are you still here? Oh shoot, I lost both of them. Jared, call back. I accidentally booted you. So Jared, call back. Hot Neil, you'll have to wait a minute. I accidentally booted everybody. So Jared, call back. I accidentally booted Jared, and then we'll get Hot Neil in as well. So there we go. We had two people calling, but because I didn't get now there we go. Call back. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We got Jared calling back. Okay, good. All right, Jared, let me get the timer ready for you, brother. Don't go nowhere. I got the timer. We're set. Okay. We're going to start. Hopefully people can hear you, Jared.
All right.
Jared, can people hear Jared? Hopefully guys will hear Jared. Go ahead, Jared. Hopefully we'll get people that can actually hear you on this computer.
All right. Well, first off, we got the Eagles now up 17-0 on the Dallas Cowboys. Right?
Wow. And they were only up 7-0 at the interception. So what happened?
Well, A.J. Brown got a touchdown, however, and Jake Elliott just made a 51-yard field goal, however. So the Eagles are definitely putting the boots to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the Steelers, however, was a very, I wouldn't say pretty game today, but good enough to just get a solid win. I mean, Mitch Trubisky kind of bailed him out after Kenny Pickett struggled a little bit. Now he's got a concussion. We're going to have to watch very carefully how that works over the weekend. But obviously the big story of the game was the Steelers defense stepped up today. They held Brady to 4 field goals, however, in the last touchdown, but he missed a 2-pointer late in the game. Unfortunately, Fournette had a pretty good day rushing, but the Steelers definitely brought their I wouldn't say their A game today, their B minus game today, but if this was a signature where they needed to get out of the spot they've been in, this was the game to do it, and now they got to go down to Miami next Sunday night playing against Miami, who blew it again today, lost their quarterback, and unfortunately, however, we don't know if Bridgewater will be available next week. We know, too, yesterday it was announced that May start possibly next Sunday night in Miami against Pittsburgh, and then they got to go to Philadelphia.
Whoa, wait a second. They lost their third string quarterback today?
Yes, they did.
Wow.
In the third quarter. So, yeah, the Dolphins are in a little bit of trouble right now going into next Sunday against Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll take the Steelers in that game for sure.
Yeah, I think everyone will next week, but hopefully there's some guys back next week. I mean, Mika Fitzpatrick, Pat Fryermuth. We have a couple other key guys back. We were down with about 10, 11 guys today, but unfortunately, like I said, however, we got a close shave of a win, but like I said, it was closest in the first half and it was close in the second half, but it was 10-9 halftime that Pittsburgh was up, and it was 10-9 at the end of the game, too, Pittsburgh. So, weird, I know. I mean, Pittsburgh was an 11-point dog, however, but they ended up getting it out with a 2-point win. It was not one of your better performances, but at the end of the day, the Steelers come out with a very much needable win game. However, now we'll have to wait and see what happens during the week. However, obviously with the Trubisky Pickett story, however, that's going to be the big topic all week, I'm sure, here in Pittsburgh. But like I said, anytime you beat Mr. Brady and the fake Pirates, shall we say, it's always a good thing. And like I said, I think today, however, the Steelers definitely came in wanting to come out swinging, and they did early with a nice drive to start the game. They held the ball for 8 minutes and change, and they went off to a good start, however. And you saw what happened, however, and as a result, they picked up the win, however, like I said, at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it's always a great day when I don't have to listen to fake Pirate fans just saying how great they are. And yeah, I know they got a better record than the Raiders. I know, but that team, I truly believe that the Raiders have a better football team. Their just record doesn't show it, unfortunately.
Well, one sport we have not talked about for quite some time is golf, however, and Keegan Bradley ended up winning in Japan, believe it or not. He was the Zozo champion, believe it or not, however, as he finished with the 268, however, as believe it or not, however, he held off Ricky Fowler, however, believe it or not, who came one shot back, or even on a Brillo, 1500, however, and put him 1400. But yeah, he was Zozo champion in Japan.
Whoa! Zozo, like the Zeppelin album?
Zozo, Zozo.
Oh no! Well, yeah, that's Zozo, just like Zeppelin 4.
Surprisingly, however, Bradley finished with a 1500 total of 265, despite going into the last 5 holes. But he had a key birdie cut off 17 that gave it to him, however, and that was a very winnable thing for them. They needed that win, especially after what happened. Like I said, how I mean, we haven't been following it lately the last few weeks. I mean, we saw Max Homa win, of course, at the Silverado Championship a few weeks ago, 16 under. Last week, Tom Kim finished with a 260 score, 24 under for the tournament, which was incredible. And then the week before, at the Sanderson Farms Championship, Mackenzie's of Canada, 271, 17 under, 1.4 million richer. But yeah, last week, how it was interesting. But yeah, Keegan Bradley won in Japan today. Like I said, last week, Tim held off Patrick Cantley by 3 shots, however, winning 260 total of 66 to 69. So yeah, Keegan Bradley was your winner in Japan this weekend. And now next week, the Superstars head over to, let's take a look here, back here to the States to play the CG Cup in South Carolina, and then they play in Bermuda here in 2 weeks.
Okay, did you hear the bell?
I heard it, and that's it. Yep.
Good. No, I just want to see. I guess it's when I put things on the other screen, you can't hear the people that are calling, and you can't hear the bell. It's because it's on the other screen. I will figure that out, and I will make sure that I put it on the main screen so people will be able to hear the bell and hear you. Out the door, Jared. What are your thoughts? I mean, the biggest news story of sports of this weekend.
I think Alabama definitely losing to Tennessee. I mean, Rocky Top was definitely singing all night long last night, and we had some crazy games with USC, Oklahoma State. Some big top 10 teams went down, and now it opens the door for teams like Tennessee, Michigan. You look at UCLA, however. You look at those types of teams starting to move up the board. And we still got 6 weeks left in the college season. So as we head into to late October, early November, we still aren't done with college football yet, and it's still going to be a wild season as we continue on to college ball.
Okay, well, hey, thanks for calling in, man. It's good to hear the Pittsburgh Report with you.
No problem. I'll talk at you.
All right, that was the Pittsburgh Report with Jared. So Jared is out. I know that Hot Neil was calling. You're going to have to call back, Hot Neil, because I was on the line. I'm not going to lose anybody on the line. Call back, Hot Neil. Call back. Again, we got lots to talk about. I am watching because it looks like this is more of it's a closer game. We are bottom 7, 4-2 Yanks. Cole against Jimenez right now. So we got Hot Neil calling in, so we'll get Hot Neil on the line. We'll at least do that. Okay, Hot Neil, what's going on, brother? What's going on with you? No, not bad, man. What's up?
Nothing much. A little bit bad, losing, but we have to have a little bit of discipline.
Who has to have a little bit of discipline?
The Raiders.
Okay, and why do you say that?
And how do we choose the right players, the right field, the right quarterback? Because Derek is doing great.
Okay, well, if Derek is doing great, then why do we have to have discipline? Well, I don't understand what you're saying on that.
You know how we had Khalil Mack, we have Bo Jackson, we have players that knew how to play the game.
Right.
The heart, we do not have that right now. The people have the heart to play. the games.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, when you had Bo Jackson, that's a whole different era from when we're talking now. Even when you said "He who shall not be named," I won't say his name, but 50 who, that's still that's a whole different story, brother.
But if you look at other team players, they're doing like Bo Jackson. Some of them are playing better than Bo Jackson. What was this guy's name? I forgot right now.
Well, I mean, Josh Jacobs is running fantastic this year. Why do you say we need Bo Jackson? We got Josh Jacobs.
No, I know, but I'm not saying Bo Jackson. We need Bo Jackson. We need players like Bo Jackson.
Okay. Well, what Josh Jacobs to me is playing like Bo Jackson.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not like the same as football before. Now you gotta be careful how you play because you can't grab the guy by the helmet or you can't do something because you get a penalty right away.
Well, the Raiders are always going to get penalties, whether they're deserved or not. They're always going to get, BS calls. Okay, and like I said, the officials gave up too many makeup calls when they had a call against the Raiders, and they ended up the Raiders lost the game because the Raiders got a call in the first half, and it ended up costing them the game.
Yep. Got it real quick. My health issue went so, but I'm doing a lot better. They did a test on me and everything, and they found out that my kidneys and everything feel great. The only thing I'm worried about right now is the heart because remember like I told you last time I was in show that I lost 98% of electricity inside the system. So not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday I should know what's going on.
Okay. Oh, Zozo. Oh, Thrash said Zozo. Okay, yeah. So ZSSO was like the Zeppelin. I thank you there, Thrash. So yeah, that's not Zozo. Yeah. So what's your big? I'm going to get you out on this. What is the biggest surprise? The number one sports story of the weekend.
So we get a win and we keep going at it nonstop.
Okay, now what's the number one sports story of this past weekend? Because the Raiders didn't play this weekend.
I'll be honest, I did not catch it because I was in, and now I'll start disappointment. All this week I've been in another disappointment. I haven't watched anything on the Raiders.
Again, it wasn't Raiders, but anything in sports.
Anything in Florida, I don't know. My buzzer went on, but that's all I can tell you.
Okay.
So I want to let someone else call you.
All right. Well, Hot Neil, good to hear from you, brother. You take care of yourself and best to you.
You too, yeah.
All right. That's Hot Neil. Good to hear from Hot Neil. So we got a line open. Let me. I didn't put the line up yet. Nobody's coming in because I didn't get a chance to put that in yet. Let me do that. Kelly Farley, Raiderette Kelly Farley. Let me make sure I say that. Raiderette Kelly Farley. Hopefully you are well. Yes. Come aboard. Cleveland has a runner on second, one out. It was what, Jimenez? Garrett Cole playing well. That was a nasty curveball to Arias. Let's see what's going on. Again, there's the link. If you want to come into the show, hit the link. Jimmy Farrell says his number one sports story was Yanks one stroke away from winning the game yesterday before they gave up the winning run. Oh, you mean one strike away. I get it. One strike away. That's what makes it such a memorable yet menacing game. One strike away. One strike, and you don't win. And then you would have been up 2-1 instead of Cleveland being up 2-1. That's a strike. Yes, that's a strike. So we are 30 minutes into the show. Yeah, he had that. He had that. So the Yankees didn't come through yesterday. Well, shoot, that was a strike either way. It was on the outside of the plate. He didn't check his swing. Garrett Cole's been throwing dimes. If you want to hit the show, hit the show, hit the show. Hit the link. Hit the link, hit the link, hit the link. I'm watching. I'm gonna see what I'm missing in football. Here's one thing I want to ask as well. Does Boone need to go? I think he does. I think he does. 2 minutes to play. I just popped over. 2 minutes to play in the first half, and Philly is up 17-0. Which, of course, I'm a native, or not. I'm not a native Philadelphia. I'm actually a native Chicagoan, where I'm from. But I am in spirit from Philly as a child. So don't like the Cowboys. Sorry. I saw Blue and was it Big Blue and Jamie Paye, otherwise known as Philly Sports Guy. I took another picture of them, sent it to Jamie. They were sitting together front row. So they got the picture I sent to them. I did miss your beef stewed. You'll have to make it another time. And I want it too. I like beef stew. Like to see the Cowboys getting shellacked? Yes, I do. I won't admit to it to my boss though, because my boss is a Cowboys fan. He is a full bird Marine Corps colonel. Very nice guy. Very nice guy. He let me have it when I came back from the Kansas City game, saying that we got our butts kicked. I'm like, no, we did not. Hey, Van City, I saw that Will Levis. I'll have to look him up. The name is not. I'm not familiar with that name. 1 second, let me see who that is, because I'm not familiar with that. Will Levis. Oh, football quarterback. Is that the kid from Kentucky? Yeah. Okay, now I know who you're talking about. I tell you what. I did see what's the kid's name from Alabama play? He played well. Let me see what Will is. 6'3", 23. Is he a senior? Oh, Will Levis leaves Kentucky's game against Mississippi State game following. Did he get injured? From what I know about him, and thank you. Now I know who you're talking about. What I've seen of him, yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I am fully on record. The Raiders need a quarterback. Fully on record. Big out by Cole inning over. Okay, glad because I switched over to the Eagle game. 1 minute 51 seconds left. Eagles 4th down. Dallas just took a timeout. So yeah, I wasn't sure. Now that I know who you're talking about, Van City, I tell you what. I'd love to have him, but you're gonna have to. Now, is the kid from Bama, he's coming out this year too, right? And if I had my druthers, I'd take Will Levis. But you need to make sure that he isn't a flash in the pan. Because remember, Ryan Leaf was all that in a biscuit for Washington. And look what happened to Ryan Leaf. Saw Halloween Ends, don't see it, boring, probably the worst. No, Jimmy Farrell, don't worry, I was not going to watch that movie. I I was not going to watch that movie. No. So I will save a lot of my, I will save thoughts. Matt Marinovich reminds us that the Raiders offense is ranked 8th. The defense is bad. That's what needs. Brian said definitely need a quarterback, but do we draft a rookie and start him right away? No, we don't draft him right away. We draft him to sit behind Carr. Josh Allen, I don't think Josh Allen started his first year. I know that Pat Mahomes did not start his first year. He played behind Alex Smith. Eagles are now up 20-0. 34-yard field goal, 147 left before half. Eagles are up 20-0. Oh, let me say it correctly. Eagles are up 20-0. Ziegler's going to have $100 million black cloud hang over his head if we don't make the playoffs. Well, here's the thing. Van City. Remember that contract of Carr, it's a 1-year prove-it deal. It's a 1-year prove-it deal. We'll see. Oh, somebody sent me a photo. I got to check this out. Hopefully it's a nice photo. Oh, it's very nice. Very nice photo. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Can't beat getting wonderful photos. Beat it. Will, like I said, I'd like to draft Will. Brian, I know that he's not the problem. Raiders need to get used to a new. Yeah, I get it. But as the Raiders get used to a new system, their defense has got to get better. But even then, how much longer are they going to be with Carr? I mean, I think we need to draft a quarterback. Whether the Raiders make the playoffs or not, if Levis is out there, especially if we have a top 10 pick, I draft him. Carr's in his 9th season. We need a rookie quarterback. No, we don't. We don't need a rookie quarterback. We need somebody for Carr to teach. Is ripping out the goalpost a Tennessee tradition? I don't watch. Thrash, yeah. When you have a big win, getting the goalpost is it. Well, that's a hell of a run back. Oh, is he going to run? Is he going to go all the way? Oh, 60 yards out to the Eagles 40. Hell of a run. Kid's name is Turpin. I thought it was Pollard. It was run. James, quarterbacking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it's like, he's Will Levis is the Kentucky quarterback. That's why I said, people were asking me, I said, that name. But as soon as I put it on, I said, yes, the Kentucky quarterback. Yes. I'd take him. Make sure that you as in us, we know all about him because he's coming out. But isn't the quarterback from Bama coming out too? Or is he coming out next year? But I like Will Levis because he is big, he is strong. Just like somebody said, he's like a Josh Allen Jr. Because the Raiders need somebody who is big and strong, can throw and run. Derek Carr is not that person. He's not. Where do you find someone who makes patches? Hot Neil, I know somebody because they make my patches. And Thrash, yes. Ripping out the goalposts on a big win, yes. That is tradition. So again, if you want to hit the screen, I'm going to put it on again. There is the link. Where is the link? There is the link. Hit the link. Remember, like. Here we go again. Like, share, please. And like after the show, comment after the show. The what is it? I can't remember what you call that. Oh, that's okay. Good pass coverage. The algorithm. More people will watch the algorithm, and we'll get more people to come in because I get people to come in. Do you have any idea where I'd get a custom flag made? Van City. Didn't you get the information from Richie Richey? Didn't you get the information from Richie Richey? Because I think that's what you want. You want a Raider flag with a maple leaf. Phillies prediction. If the Phillies pitching can continue to be as strong as it has been, I think that their hitting will be a better match against the pitching of the Padres and their hitters. Because again, you got Darvish and Blake Snell. I don't know who the third guy is. Somebody tell me who the third pitcher is. But the Phillies batters and what is it? Schwarber hasn't really done anything in the postseason yet. Once he comes through, Kyle Schwarber, I mean, what is it? Hoskins just came out of his slump. I like the Phillies in 6. And of course, as soon as I say that, then they're going to lose. But I like the Phillies in 6. I really do. Oh, that's a hell of a catch. That is a hell of a catch. Who is that? Brown. One-handed sticks the grab, gets the catch. Comes. Let me see the replay. Forced outside by Witherspoon. One-handed grabs. Yeah, that's a catch. That's a touchdown. Okay, one. Oh, he hit the pile. Yeah, that's a touchdown. Get with Richie Richey. How many games? 6 games. American League. We got to see who's in the American League yet. I don't know who the American League Series is yet. I mean, are the Yankees going to lose? Are the Yankees going to come back? Trying to think of who else is in the American. So it's who's in the other series? Oh, Mariners and Mariners and somebody. Wait, let's see. Mariners and who the Mariners playing? Who's Seattle playing? Somebody tell me about Seattle. Wild Turkey's in the house. Good to see you. Boring Sunday with no Raiders football. It was nice to see the Chiefs with the big L. Yes, it was. Mariners are out. Okay, so if the Mariners are out, who'd they play? I've been paying attention to the Raiders, the Gators, and the Phillies. I'm honest. And a little bit of the Flyers. Let me get my drink here. This is Captain Jack mixed with Publix lemonade. So it's really a concoction of my own concoction with lemonade. So it's really Astros. Okay, Astros. I don't know. I have to see if the Yankees can win. If the Yankees can win, I will take the Yankees, but they got to win. If the Indians win, I'll take the Astros in 5. Let me say that again. If the Indians win, I'll take the Astros in 5. If the Yankees win, I'll take the Yankees in 6. There you go. I don't think they're probably doing something. They're doing something. Astros beat the Mariners, won it in 18 innings. Wow. Come into the show. Come into the show. Come into the show. I will turn the link on again. I got the YouTube link on. There you go. I don't know if people are being nice. I don't see any people that are been blasted out. Okay, good. I didn't miss anything. Looks like anybody missed the White Sox. What are you talking about, Hot Neil? What are you talking about? Oh, somebody hit me up on my phone. Where's this? Gotta catch this. Gotta take care of things as I take care of things. I gotta take messages. All right. Phone is at 88%. That's good. Oh, I thought they had a touchdown. Did they not call it a touchdown? I thought it was a touchdown. So I guess that it was not a touchdown. So, okay, it's 4th down. Yeah, I know who the White Sox are, but I mean, they haven't been relevant in a while, Hot Neil. They haven't been relevant in a while. Garrett Cole's out. Okay, well, Dallas scored 3. I'm going to turn it back to the baseball game because obviously this is going into the half. This is obviously okay. Bottom 8. Now comes the time to see if the Yankees bullpen will fail him. If the Yankees bullpen fails him, wow. But I will take the Yankees over the Stros, although the Stros have been playing well. Yankees over the Stros in 6. If the Indians win, I'll take the Stros over the Indians in 5. I'm taking the Phillies over the Padres in 6. There's my prediction. There is my prediction. Anna Diaz. Rita should come aboard. Of course. We have Raiderette Kelly Farley, and we have Raiderette Anna Diaz. Phillies in 5. Okay. I like Sharice better, but I'm going to give the Padres at least a game. Even Jimmy Farrell, who's a Yankees fan, says, I don't know if the Yankees can beat the Astros. Wow. But at least he's honest. Sharif, how do you see that game? If the Yankees win against the Indians, remember they got to win tonight and they got to win Game 5, right? Who you see if the Yankees win? Let's say they won. If the Yankees win, Yankees Stros, who do you see? I knew though that Boone is going to get booted. Boone is going to get if I was running the Yankees, if I was Cashman, I'm looking around. You know who's available? Joe Girardi is available. Yankees in 6. Okay, there you go. See, then Sharif agrees with me. I say Yankees in 6 if they win. If they win, I say the Yankees in 6. If the Indians win, I say Stroh's in 5. Boone has worn out his welcome. Yep, I got it. He'll be fired. He'll be fired. That's true. Okay, if you want to hit the show, Jimmy Farrell, you can hit the show. Anna Diaz, you can hit the show. Sharif Sa'ala Khan, you can hit the show. There's the link. There's the link. There's the link. Please be sure to like, share. Like, share. We haven't even been on an hour. No, Jared, you can't call again. One call per show. One call per show. Can't do that. Can't have multiple calls. See, one out. Oh, that's a strike, I think. They call it? Yeah, I think they called it. Oh, yeah, strike out. Let's see this. Backdoor. Close. Cool, Kev. Salute to you as well. Thanks again. Oh, we do have Black Thanos in here. Good to see you. I didn't see you come in. Hang on a second, brother. I got Black Thanos coming in. Hang on. Let's see here. Don't give me a mic check yet, brother. I want to make sure that we get everybody squared away. Okay, so we got Black Thanos in. All right. Let me get the timer on. Give me your check, brother.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
There you go.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, let's go, brother. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, different week, but I will admit I kind of enjoyed the peace and anxiety-free experience of a bye week. You know, that's the one time when we know Raider fans can exhale without a care in the world.
Yeah.
You know, with that we will definitely not lose on the bye week. Now,
Right.
after the bye week, it's been totally different, but
Right.
sometimes you just need a time to kind of decompress and think about how the season is going and all of these things that are being thrown at us with this pending legal situation with Devontae. And me and you were talking behind the scenes the other day, and I noticed that the NFL has come out, according to Adam Schefter, saying there is no timeline for his punishment. And I know he has a court date November 10th. I imagine he'll plead no contest or something just to, take a slap on the wrist, pay a court fine or something and get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing the league, they will find the most opportune time to make an example out of him. And as I kind of said to you behind the scenes, I would not be shocked if they take him out for the Chargers game. And we both know that being a divisional game, by then we should have won a few more games by then. It would be typical NFL Raider fashion that they find. See, if Devontae has to be suspended at all, I would prefer it to be right now against Houston, because we got our best chance, obviously, against them compared to the next 3-4 opponents,
Right.
and we'll be more rested. Okay, we could prepare. We could run alternate things, not expecting them to be there. But if we get into a groove, hopefully, and then he's snatched out from under us, and that momentum is lost, and we don't know about Waller's up and down health situation. So it's very unfortunate, but we already talked about it was avoidable. But some interesting things around the league. The Chiefs, Bills, I honestly feel that's the AFC Championship. No one can change my mind about that, just as it was a year ago. That game just felt like a playoff game. The Chiefs Raider game it was competitive, and it felt like a good exhibition game.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It felt like a playoff game, partner. I was there.
Well, yeah. You know what? I guess it is intensified for Raider fans, and it was loud there. It was compelling theater. I won't deny that. Like I said, we played them close before, as recent as 2020. And people forget those two games. The second one, 35-31. But this game really felt like a playoff game to me. It just, it was just to another level because you're looking at two quarterbacks who are kind of evenly matched. Yeah. And who wasn't, there wasn't no crazy calls to affect the game. They don't see each other that often. You know what I mean? So both of them trying to bring their best foot forward, if you will. But
and wait a second, I'm going to make sure that hang on. Let me give you your on the time here. Okay, I'm pausing it. I agree that today's game was definitively, oh my God, playoff caliber atmosphere. I mean, yet there was no running, or not running. Well, what's word I'm looking for? No doubt about it in my mind. This was the game that was going to decide who's going to get home field. And okay, God be it for the Chiefs. If they are one game better than the Bills, they will be lucky. I mean, and again, I'm not saying this as a homer, because I'm not a homer, but I really don't think that the Chiefs they barely beat us, and they were not that strong against other people. They barely beat the Chargers. So, I mean, I think that they are a beatable team. That's why I can't really wait until the very last game. Are you going to the last game of the year?
Oh, yes. I will be there. Hopefully it will mean something for us. Right. More than likely it will mean something to them if the trend continues. But I'm hoping it means something to us because, I really don't want to see a game where they sit and they starters and, they thinking about the playoffs the following week. So hopefully it will be a game meaningful for both of us. But to your point, remember, divisional games, typically you can throw the records out because of the familiarity factor. And the Raiders and the Chiefs are the oldest rivals in that division. Since Sodom and Gomorrah, they've been going at it. So, and the Raiders obviously have great incentive to try to convince themselves that they can beat them. And remember, this team is without Tyreek Hill. And they still finding a way. Most people wrote them off, even last year when they stumbled and lost about 2 or 3 games in a row. And we all started prematurely celebrating the death of the Chiefs. What did they do? Until proven otherwise, when Andy Reid is at the card table with you, assume he's holding aces. Until proven otherwise. We can hate them, despise them, but I'll be damned if they're not resilient and don't execute usually when they need to. Their backs was against the wall last season. They won the division. They don't have Tyreek Hill. They lose a number one, and we gain a number one, and they still manage to beat us. People have to keep that in mind. But today's game was and we got some heavy work in front of us, Kat. If you look at the upsets, as me and you were just saying a few days ago, there are no gimmies in this league.
No, not at all.
People are looking past Houston, looking past Jacksonville. You're making a terrible mistake.
Yeah, no, and you heard the bell, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna let you finish out the thought there, Sharif.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to chime in. I see the bell go up. It's milk time. Hopefully, it's from some double D's. And I figure I just say hello. I'm doing overtime tonight because these games cost money. I will see you on NO. That's just 2 weeks from now, believe it or not.
Right.
So let's hope by then we made some ground up. Because God forbid, I think Houston will not lay down for us. They've lost 2 games by 1 possession, and then another game was a tie. Because at 1-5. It's going to feel really different around the nation. And the composition of Allegiant will drastically change, I fear, because people are just going to be heartbroken, especially after the hype of this offseason with some of the changes made.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think that if we don't come out and beat the Texans again. And I'm not poo-pooing the Texans by any stretch. But if we don't come out and beat the Texans, not only beat the Texans, but have a strong game against the Texans, it's just going to be a very disheartening experience. And people are going to be bailing on this season quicker than rats off the Titanic.
That's right. I think the best possible scenario is that we have a definitive win where where there's no question, there's no nail biting like all these other games. There's no call that could win either way. At least a double-digit win where we basically running out the clock at the end of the. That's the type of win this team needs psychologically to really get them rolling. Say, okay, now we're going to try to assert ourselves and play up to our talent level.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. And Thrash says Carr's got to beat Houston for his brother at least. Yeah, but you still got to do it.
That's right. I think you were in Houston in 2019 where I was, and that was a great game. And I gave Carr credit. It was just that Deshaun was just that much better because that superhuman play he made when Max kicked him in the head and still scored. And I was basically at a field level around at the 10-yard line and watched that happen in front of me. But it was a competitive game, but they happened to beat us in Houston. And that wasn't a great year for us, but overall it was a good game. We just came up short. But we shall see, bro. But there's no gimme. Just look at the scores today. Nobody can be underestimated.
No, not at all. Not at all. I said this is just like what's this guy? What's the old Southern Jerry Glanville? I had to think of it. NFL means not for long. If you're not playing up to snuff, that's what NFL means. Not for long league.
Absolutely. Anyway, bro, have a good night. I'm not near the TV. What are the Yankees doing?
It is the top of the ninth. There's 2 outs.
Oh my God!
Nobody on base. Plesac is in against Cabrera. 0-2 count. In fact, wait. I'll wait to see what happens with this batter. Keep you on the line for that. Cabrera's up. He's 0 for 3 tonight, and he's laid off a pitch. Good layoff because it was one of those, like one of those pitches where he's feeding you to try to have you go after it.
Right.
Now it's 1-2. I don't know who did Cabrera. Who the hell is Cabrera? I'm not familiar with Cabrera, but of course I haven't been really watching. Okay, foul off, so it's still he's hanging tough. It's 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the ninth, Plesac is in, setting the stage again. 1-2 to Cabrera. And while I still got you, again, we'll let you go after the Cabrera at bat.
Yeah.
You're saying Yankees over. If they win tonight, you think that they will beat Cleveland in New York to win the series 3-2?
Oh yeah, in the Bronx, most definitely. That's typical. They've done that a lot in the 90s and the early 2000s, where they had to win the last 2 games in the first round, particularly at home in the Bronx. So, I mean, you don't win north of 100 games and just go out like that. But I mean, I've seen that too, and I love Judge, but I'm starting to think he's suffering from the A-Rod Dave Winfield syndrome, whereas the bigger the stage gets, he's not necessarily the same player. Regular season look like Hercules, postseason Pee Wee Herman. So he's got to do what Reggie did and the great ones used to do. So because nobody remembers 61 home runs. That's for you to be a first round elimination. That's bad.
Yeah. I like that. Hercules to Pee Wee Herman. Because the alliteration is there, Hercules to Herman. I caught that. I caught the alliteration. I know that's where you were going with that. The alliteration, weren't you?
Yeah, you got it, Pat. Well,
all right.
Let me keep going. I appreciate the time. And we'll see what happens next week.
All right. And by the way, Cabrera was out on strikes looking, so now it's down to the bottom of the ninth. We'll see what happens.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'll be tuning in. Thank you.
All right, brother. You take care. All right. That is Black Thanos. We are 105 into the show. And yeah. Okay, here we go. Agreed. The tunnel should have been cleared for players to get back to the locker room. And where was the person to make sure Adams got back safe? There, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's going to be a he said, she said. And it's going to be a matter of how do you present the best case? Okay? If you present the case and you're the Raiders or you're Adams's attorney, that the reason why it happened was because he was in an area that he shouldn't have been in. So basically, it's his fault because he was in an area where he shouldn't have been in. Kind of like the old expression I said, if you get bit by my dog on my property because you shouldn't have been there, my dog biting you is not my fault. That's what I would say. If you get bit because you weren't supposed to be there, that's on you. Guareb, good to see you, brother. Let's see what Guareb says. As long as Mahomes enter vision, Cardinal Raiders don't stand a chance. God, I hate this friggin' cough. Plus, when you guys going to listen to Guareb, I've been right forever. Not all the time, Guareb, but you do give a lot of good points, and I give you that. I do give you that. I say that. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to have on here. Okay, Anna Diaz is going to join us. I love this. Okay, and I'm
Evening.
how you doing, darling? Wait. Let me get you the full complement of time here. So you tell me when you're going to start, and I will start the clock on you, darling. You go.
Okay, I'm going to start. I'm going to explain to you all about the situation with Adams, okay? I used to work for the company that does security for football, sporting events, etc. Now, there are people specifically assigned to certain players, especially the big ones, to make sure that they get back to the locker room safely and securely. Now, I know that any type of entrance coming or going is to be cleared at all times, okay? Now, when I saw what happened, right away, the first thing I was looking for was security. Where was security? I didn't see anybody around there. Now, when you have a guy trying to get back to the locker room and then you have somebody come running up on you and they're holding an object, remember, he's got tunnel vision. He just wants to get back to the locker room.
Right.
And what happens? You see this individual coming up and he doesn't know what he's carrying. All he's worried about is getting back to the locker room. So what's the first thing you do? Boom. You know, that was his reaction. And I understood that. I've been in situations where we were told, plow the field. What that means was whoever's in your way, you're going to get smashed up against the wall, regardless. We don't care who you are. Your ass is going to go up against the wall. We're going to knock you out of the way. And I've done that on several occasions. I mean, I even had an incident where a fan at a hockey game comes running up, starts talking smack to a player. And it was a player from the San Diego Gulls. So what happens? I see this guy come running up, so I jump in front and I end up getting a blow to the back of my head, in my ear, by a hockey player. And those guys are big, okay?
Yeah.
And I pushed the guy back, to stop it. And then, of course, I told, back up, get that guy, because he was going to come running up on a player. So I had to go in between them, okay? Things like that, that's what security's jobs to do, is to make sure that the area is secure. I don't think that area was secure. And, I understand they're coming out of a hostile environment. People are screaming, booing. And then come to find out that things were being thrown at the players. Now, that's another thing that my concern was. I was looking for security to stop those people. No, it didn't happen. Okay. So I think Adams, yes, he's going to get a fine. He got a citation. Okay. Now that citation is a ticket. Okay. You got to show up on this date. And then of course he'll plead his case. But if the evidence is in the video, he only was doing something to protect himself. And I defend him on that. I worked in the craziest events, and I've gotten into fights. I've tackled people down. I mean, you name it, I did it. And anybody that has worked in those type of events will understand, and they know, it's all about security. Now, okay, here we go again. How are the other teams going to be treated? Because Kansas City, I'm sorry. What I saw on TV was a bunch of angry mobsters. I mean, all they needed was the khaki pants. And it was god awful. And it was so sad, and it's unfortunate, to see what happened, but, hopefully, Raider fans, when they, I don't know if they're going to play back here in Vegas or what, but I'll tell you what, if they do, it'll be ugly.
And they are playing. They're playing the very last game of the season. The Chiefs are out week 17, January 7th, I believe. It's after the New Year's game, so maybe January 7th or 8th, after we play the Niners for New Year's Eve game. Then there you go. They play them that weekend.
It's gonna be an ugly game. But I am happy. I got football and I got hockey, so you know how I feel about hockey.
Yep,
so I'm enjoying those two.
You're like me, man. I love, and wow, my Flyers are 2-0. What's the record of the what do you call it? The Vegas?
Knights?
Yeah,
they just won their past 3 games. So, with Thompson and Hill, I have a lot of confidence in those goalies. They're looking pretty good and stuff. So, but I'm holding my breath on them because, hey, things can go completely another way. You know how that is.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But anyway, so Captain, I thought I'd drop in and give my point of view.
I'm very happy that you came on because, again, you gave an expert opinion based upon your experience as a stadium security person. And I did security for the Lightning. I did security for the fake Pirates for a little while until I couldn't stand being in the stadium anymore. And I left. I said, I'm not doing this anymore. But I was security for the Lightning. In fact, I was security for the Lightning in Game 7 when they won the Stanley Cup. It was either Game 7 or Game 6. I think it was Game 7 when they won their first Stanley Cup against the Ottawa Senators. I was in the area below deck, right off the ice, right from the locker room. So yeah, I was in that position because they knew how much I couldn't stand the Lightning because the Lightning had bounced my Flyers the series before, so I hated the Lightning. And I've gotten to a point where I like the Lightning because I met them afterwards. But then at that time when they won their first Stanley Cup, I couldn't stand them. So I've been there, and that's why I said you gave expert opinion along with knowledge of things that goes on because you were there and you gave all that you knew, and that's positive. I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, like I said, when I look at these games, I look at security because it's a habit, and I look at, okay, are they looking at the games? Where are they located? Where's this? Where's that? And I know that the players, there's somebody that is signed to high players, and they have to make sure that they get back to the locker room safely.
Mm-hmm.
And in that instance, I didn't see it. And I was, I was looking hard, and stuff. And I know everybody has different opinions on it, unless you, like I said, unless you work in that type of field, other people, they don't notice, they don't see the people in the background. Now, if you look at security, are they watching the game instead of watching the fans? Are they,
Yep.
It's just so much. And, I mean, my point of view, like I said, you have to be there.
Yeah.
You have to know. And I know, and I know that the news crew, everybody that's working or on the field, they have to have been told at the beginning, during, okay, game's almost over. We gotta make sure this is clear.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to this area. Don't do this. Don't do that. There's the do's and don'ts. And I know that they were told. And if that person says, well, I didn't know, I wasn't told, I call BS on it.
Yeah.
Total.
Yep.
So, but anyway, so Captain, it's nice to talk to you, and it's good to see everybody commenting and stuff. I hope you all have a great week, and
Well, after the show, I got to go to bed because I got to be up early. That's one of these things. These shows are literally killing me for lack of sleep.
Well, you need to rest, Captain. You got to take care of yourself, and everybody else out there too. Take care of yourself.
I will try. I will try.
Okay. Good to talk to y'all.
Thanks for coming in. Always a pleasure.
Okay, love y'all.
Love
Okay.
you too.
Bye.
All right. That's my girl, Anna Diaz. Thank you, Anna, for being here. 1:17 in the show. We got about 35 minutes? Got 35 minutes. Hit the link. Hit the link. Thrash, yeah, they were throwing beer. Yeah, they were. Hit the link. Come into the show. Oh, somebody's calling. Okay, let me see here. Oh, Jimmy Farrell. Jimmy Farrell is calling. Okay. Come on. There we go. Jimmy Farrell is calling. We're gonna get Jimmy Farrell here on the line. Jimmy, let me get the timer ready for you, brother. Don't worry about it. I will start it when you start. How are you doing, Jimmy Farrell, aka Raider E, or what's up? I know you want to talk about your Yankees, so we'll start with that.
I feel much better than yesterday.
Good.
This is what scratches my head about doing. Like yesterday, and let me tell you, if they lose tomorrow, it's close to the game yesterday. He doesn't use Clay Holmes to close. He puts in Peralta. He's pitching a gem. He takes him out and puts Schmidt in. Okay, and then you know what happens after that. And then he puts Clay Holmes in the 8th inning and puts Peralta in the 9th inning to close. This series should be over right now. I don't understand Boone in his logic. He should have kept Peralta in yesterday, and they would have won the game. I don't even know who the closer is on the team anymore. I thought it was Clay Holmes, but I guess it's not. I don't know who it is.
I'll take your word for it, Jimmy. I'll be honest. I mean, I know a little bit about every team, but I don't. Was it a mile wide and an inch deep? So I couldn't begin to tell you either. That's why I said, who the hell is Cabrera? I don't know who Cabrera is. And then somebody said that he was the rookie right fielder. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, because it was the number like 95. That's why I said, okay. So I didn't feel bad that I didn't know who it was when I saw his number. I said, okay, this guy I shouldn't know because he's obviously a September call-up, correct?
I'm sorry, say that again?
I didn't feel bad about not knowing who he was because he was a September call-up.
Yeah, they brought him up in the minors.
Right,
but,
right.
What's his face got hurt? name is slipping. The player that got on St. Louis.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they brought him. And then Rizzo, I mean, I don't know what he was doing on first base today. Yeah. He's on first base, and the pitcher's got the. He decides to just steal second. I mean, not even wind up or anything. The pitcher's just like he's getting ready to, and he decides to steal second. I mean, he's dead by a mile. I'm like, I don't know what he was thinking of.
Did the pitcher pick him off, or did the catcher pick him off?
The pitcher picked him off.
Yeah, well, then that's that. If you get picked off by the pitcher, then you are seriously screwed up in the head.
I mean, he just took off. Took off before he was in his windup, and the pitcher turns around. He throws the first, and then the first baseman threw, or I think he tagged him or something like that. But I don't know what was going on. It was a strange game for that. Really strange.
Well, but you won. But you won. So what are your thoughts on the game tomorrow? First off, who's pitching tomorrow?
Callan, I don't want him pitching tomorrow. I don't trust him. I really don't. I want. You know what I want? I want Cortez. Put him in.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's 2 days left. I don't care. Give him another chance. I'm sure he's going to pitch in relief tomorrow, if that's the situation. I don't trust Callan. He hasn't been good since the All-Star break. I really don't want him pitching.
Okay. I don't know why. People, you should be able to hear Jimmy Farrell because he's on the right computer. Okay, he's on the right computer. I don't know why you can't hear Jimmy Farrell. Is anybody else can't hear Jimmy Farrell? Let me hear. Guarev says you can't hear him. Okay. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Maybe it's my phone. I don't know.
It might be your phone. Yeah, you got another minute left.
What else? I saw a little bit of football today. I'm shocked about the Jets going to Green Bay and beat. I don't know what's going on with the Packers. Maybe this is next year.
Oh, I just saw the Rizzo pickoff. It was horrible. Horrible.
What was he doing on that?
I don't know. And it's I mean, and it was like he's a right-hander, but it looked like he was looking right at him.
Yeah. But like I said, the series should have been over. But what Boone did yesterday, he blew it. He blew, and if they lose tomorrow, he should get fired because he lost the series because yesterday's game. You know, I don't know what else. I don't know. Anyway, football, yeah, just surprised me. And that's it. Okay.
Well, that's the bell, and what they're saying is they can hear you, but you're talking very low. Next time, sing out like you got a pair, brother.
I'm speaking as loud as I can. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but you do have a very soft voice.
Well, I'm a soft kind of guy, you know.
I know. That's what she said.
All right, Captain. One more thing.
Yes, sir.
Raider fans, don't think these next 4 games are winnable because they're not going to be winnable. Okay, watch out for the Saints. That Saints game is not going to be easy. I'm telling you. It's not. I mean, the next 4 games are not winnable games.
No. The next 4 games are contests. They're not walkovers. That's what I think you mean. You can win them, but they're not gimmies, is what I think you're trying to say.
Right. Yeah. They're not gimmies. Okay. You know, like I said, the Saints. That's not going to be easy as you think it is. It's going to be a tough. I mean, the only plus is that the game is at home, right? Correct?
No, no. The Saints game is in Nolens, and Nolens very rarely loses at home. Very rarely.
Right. But like you said, the record after a bye week is not good.
No, we have the worst record of any NFL team after the bye. I think we are 2 and whatever. And again, I think there's like maybe it's 28 games, right? We are 2-26. Whatever the record is, it's like it's horrible. 2 wins and the rest of them are losses, and that's after a bye.
Yeah, but we got to change that next week. Have to.
Yeah.
Okay, Captain. I got to go to bed because I have to get a CAT scan tomorrow morning.
Well, best to you, sir. Hopefully, positive thoughts on that, and just take care of yourself always.
I will. Take care.
All right, take care, brother. All right, that's Jimmy Farrell. Always good to hear Jimmy Farrell. If you want to come into the show, we got about half an hour. Come into the show. And Thrash is talking. Oh, he's you have a flip phone, boy. That is harsh. That is harsh. A flip phone. I don't have a flip phone. In fact, let me show you my phone. People like my phone. Oh yeah, I'm at 100%. Let me show you my phone because people like my phone. Okay. First off, it's dual screen. So this is the picture I sent when Jamie, Philly sports guy, was on the screen, and Big Blue. I sent him that picture because I took the picture from the TV and I sent it to Jamie. So it's a nice screen. Okay. Then of course, there you go here. But I like my phone. And they don't make it anymore. They don't make it. Raider Mode, good to see you. And yes, it is Dennis Allen. No, come on. Guareb, please. The worst record in every category imaginable to football. You're worse than Jimmy Farrell, Raider Eeyore. Guareb, we need to figure out a name for you. Because Jimmy Farrell is Raider Eeyore because the world is not the best. Okay, let me put back on the Cowboys Eagles game. We need to figure out your nickname. And it can't be Raider Eeyore. Can't be Raider Sunshine. Eagles are winning 20-10. Rush on 1st and 10, throws it out of bounds. 6:43 left in the third. But Guareb, come up with something. A person that is severely negative. You could be Raider Moriarty. You could be Raider Moriarty, and you know where it comes. And this is just off the cuff. Guareb, you're an older person like me. Do you remember Kelly's Heroes? The movie Kelly's Heroes. And and then Donald Sutherland played he was the hippie truck the hippie tank driver, and Gavin McLeod played Moriarty, and then and Donald Sutherland says, "Always with the negative waves, Moriarty. Always with the negative waves." You could be Moriarty. You could be Raider Moriarty. I'm not sure if people would understand that. I got to try to remember that. I like that. Raider Moriarty. Demon Child is in here. Good to see you, Demon Child. Thank you. How about them Phillies? Yeah, I'm looking. Gabe is in here, and his football Giants are 5-1. Congratulations. Congratulations to you, Gabe. Not Raider Gabe, but Giants Gabe. Thrash, the glass is half empty. I mean, we can do so much. We should be 4-1. We should be. It reminds me of all of the games last year that the Lions lost in the last seconds, or that they just lost, and they were a better team than the record indicated that they're a decent team. It's just so. We're better than 1-4. Oh, okay. Guareb, look, go to imdb.com. Okay. imdb.com. Go to Kelly's Heroes, and look up. And in fact, IMDb will usually have like quotes from the movies. and they'll be like, always with the negative waves, Moriarty, always with the negative waves. And it's Donald Sutherland, the tank driver, talking to Gavin McLeod, who played Captain Stubing in Love Boat, and also Murray Slaughter in the original Mary Tyler Moore series. So there you go. You know I know my stuff. But his name was Moriarty, and it's like he was always negative. Or at least the name of Donald Sutherland's character, who I can't remember, it's like always with the negative waves. So you could be Raider Moriarty. I like that. I heard the title, but can't put face to the show. Yeah, look it up. Look it up. Again, Gabe, good to see you. Change your rep when coming out. Yeah, they have to. And if the Raiders do not win, after this bye week, it's Neil Cassidy who Moriarty is based on. Neil Cassidy? Neil Cassidy. I have to look that. Neil Cassidy. Who's Thrash? Let me see. Neil Cassidy. I don't know who Neil Cassidy. I know Neil Simon. Neil Cassidy, the writer. Okay, that was right. Neil Cassidy, major figure of the beat generation of the 50s and the psychedelic counterculture. Okay. Oh yeah, I heard of Jack Kerouac. So yeah, I'll have to look him up. That's something I did not know. Neil Cassidy. Thanks there, Thrash. Thanks there. It was a major figure of the beat generation. I like that. See, now I learned something today. I like to always try to learn something. So there you go. Neil Cassidy. Never heard of him. I know Jack Kerouac. So now I know Neil Cassidy. Thank you, Thrash. Always with the negative waves. Anyway, but I like that. I like that for Guareb, because Guareb is kind of negative. He's a Raiders fan. He's always here. He talks about his Raiders. He's not a Raiders fan. And he's been consistent because he's been on my show for years. He's an interesting guy. Okay. Yeah, Guareb, now we know about Neil Cassidy. I never heard of him. Like I said, Kerouac I knew. Cassidy I now know about. And Thrash, yeah, he's an interesting guy. I'll have to look him up. I still got the Google for him. So I will read that. Haven't seen that movie. And oh yeah, Anna, well, you know who I'm talking about, Anna Diaz, right? Gavin McLeod, you know, as his sergeant, not the main sergeant, because that's Donald Sutherland. I remember when the Raiders lost to the Giants out of their bye last year. Ha ha ha! He was a part of the first acid test with Ken Kesey. Ken Kesey, the same guy that did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Because that's the only Ken Kesey I know is the author of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. See, I knew that. I knew about Ken Kesey and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Grateful Dead. Okay, I'll take your word for it. But Ken Kesey, see, I know who that is. Yeah, pardon me. Nice block, nice run, nice first down. Dallas is coming. Is there a flag? Yeah. Yeah, same guy. Okay, good. They called it? Was it a illegal block? I thought it was a good block. Is it a holding? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, blocking the back. Okay, if you're watching the show, if you're watching the oh, did they pick it up? Oh, good. Okay, good. If you're watching the program, The referee, John Hussey, is the worst referee in the league besides Jerome Boger. So that is the guy. When the Raiders pick up John Hussey as their official, between him and Boger, the worst refs. The worst refs. I'm just happy the Chiefs lost. I got it. Okay. I have the impression that Dak Prescott's day as a cowgirl are coming to an end. Possibly. Electric Kool-Aid acid test. I think it was a call. It's been a long time since I read it. I have not read that one. I'm not a big reader. I admit it. I'm not a big reader. I'm a big movie guy and TV guy. And so, like, when I used to read, I would read like Tom Clancy novels because I'm an Intel guy. And Alistair McLean, Where Eagles Dare, Force 10 from Navarone, Guns of Navarone, all of those like war intelligence movies. So I that's what I used to read. Rush goes back. There's a flag. Love the book Electric Cool Acid. I think what's it called? It's been a long time. Sure do. Yeah, I there you go, Anna. Appreciate that. Dean Moriarty is in Jack Kerouac. The Road, I think, is the name of the book. Moriarty is Cassidy. Okay. So there we go. Now we get the lineage of Moriarty to Cassidy, Cassidy to Kerouac. Thank you there, Thrash. I actually might. Well, I'm not probably going to read a book, but I will probably try to know a little bit more about him. If you want to come into the show, let me put the link up again before we get into too many Captain Jack isms. There's the link. I'm looking to see if I have any more messages. I don't think I do. Ah, yes. There you go. Hopefully I'll get somebody to be with me at Plus Wins. There's a lot on YouTube. That Boog guy has been in the league. Oh, Boger. Yeah, Boger. Been in the league as ref for long as sucked for the last. No, he's sucked. He's always sucked, Gabe. Captain, you get a shot? Yeah, I got a shot, Jimmy Farrell. I had two shots, actually. One in the left arm, which the Band-Aid fell off, and then one in the right arm within hours of each other. So, and I had a little bit of a headache today when my son came over to fix the car, so I had to take some Tylenol and go back to bed for a little bit. So I hope that I didn't oversleep because I got rest. And I, don't want to oversleep. Oh, hey. Wow, I haven't heard from this person in a while. Wow. Okay, let me let this person know I'm on a show. I'm doing my YouTube show. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I got a number to call. Good. Okay. There are whole recordings of Cassidy talking. Gabe, you will get them. Gabe, you will get them. You will get Jerome Boger or you will get John Hussey. You will get Jerome Boger or you will get John Hussey. Trust me. I guarantee you. So just because you haven't gotten them yet doesn't mean you're not going to get them. Not going to get them. Giants do look great. Okay, congrats, bro. Appear that your squad is for real. If you were to have asked me if Danny Dimes would actually be throwing dimes 6 weeks away. Yeah, the Giants, and I said I thought that, and I think Gabe would hear me on this. I predicted the Eagles to win the East. I thought that they would eke out over the Cowboys. But I thought that maybe the Giants were a year or two away. Maybe they're doing what they need to do now. Maybe they're going on. But again, and that's why I say, and this is where you see this, okay? NFL Nation Live, our show on Wednesday, we go over who are the refs, especially for Raider games. If you want to know who your referee is, there's a website that comes out. And like I said, John Hussey is the worst. Jerome Boger is the worst. Those two guys are the worst. So you will get them for at least one game. You will get them. The Philadelphia Feebles. Breece Hall has been killing in my fantasy. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Okay, Dallas with a score comes within 3 of Philadelphia, 20-17. Nice. Nice fake. The Jets are balling out to Breece Hall. Oh, I think you mean Bryce Hall. Looks like an offensive rookie. Oh, okay. No, maybe that's somebody else. Anyway, I gotta take this number down before I forget it. Okay, save contact, create contact before I forget, because I don't want to say that I didn't get this number. So there we go. Good. Okay, got the number. If you want to come into the show, you got about 10 minutes. Falcons are 3-3 tied for first in the NFC South. Marcus Mariota, 0 incompletions. 153.8 quarterback rating, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing. Yeah, I got that. But you know what? That's their offense. Marcus Mariota, okay, remember, he didn't want to play for the Raiders. He wanted to be a starter. He was not going to start for the Raiders because his RPO is not what the Raiders offense wanted. Okay. So you can say how great he was, because actually he had a crappy game last week. But it's quarterback and system to the team. Yeah, he's playing well for the Falcons. I get it. He's playing well for the Falcons. Last week he did not play well for the Falcons, and he lost. Okay, so somebody is calling in. Okay, so we're going to hear from Raider Mode. Got this. Hang on a second. We'll get Raider Mode in here. There we go. Raider Mode, how you got? We got you in the show. 1 second. Let me do the. You let me know when you're ready, brother. And by the way, there's been some people that said they can't hear. So if you can, make sure you speak up, brother.
Yeah, how you doing, Captain?
I'm good. What's going on with you tonight, Mode?
Shoot, and as always,
Just working. Okay. Hopefully we can hear. If you can hear Raider Mode, I want to hear about it. By the way, your connection doesn't sound that great.
All right, let me take in Bluetooth real fast.
Okay, check your connection. See if we can get it better. In fact, I'll pause the timer. Okay.
Any better?
Yeah, that's a bit better, partner. That's a bit better. Go ahead.
All right. I actually haven't been watching any of the games today.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just hoping after this week we come back stronger. I'm hoping we could win a few more games that could eventually put us into the wild card push. It's like I said, I do believe that we could, and at this point I'm just hoping now. But I believe at the beginning of the season I predicted that we were going to flip the whole series with each team from the division, and vice versa with all the other teams from the division. And it's going to be a close race for that last wild card spot.
Okay. I think it is. I said that at worst you have to split with everybody. At worst, 3-3. You can't lose to somebody twice. You can't do it.
No.
And I think that we can beat the Broncos twice. And like I said, if we beat Kansas City and we beat if we beat the Chargers, I think we can do that. So yeah, I think we'll be 4-2 in the division based upon what we're seeing right now.
Oh yeah, and literally all the matches were all very close with the divisional teams. It just got away from us when it came to the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Okay, so what's your big take for the weekend? Like I said, baseball, football, college football. What's your biggest take this weekend? What is this weekend going to be known for, and why?
I did see the USC game last night. They played a very tough Utah team, which Utah did make the upset, unfortunately. But that Tennessee and Alabama game was crazy. And I believe, didn't that one go into overtime? I can't remember.
No, it was a field goal at the very end of regulation that caused them to win the game.
And I think that's going to make a very big, it's already been big news since last night. So I think it's going to flip on how everyone views, or how the playoff committee is going to look at the playoff bracket.
Okay. Now I now, and I'm gonna pause it so you get your full, because you're at like 2 minutes right now. I hate Tennessee, but they are the best. I mean, they've gotten what, they're 5-0 or 6-0, and the Gators almost beat them, but they didn't. Alabama was in a tight game with them, but they won. So yeah, Tennessee, you are what your record says you are. The thing with Tennessee is they got to beat Georgia, and I don't think that they're going to be able to beat Georgia.
That's pretty true.
Yeah.
Georgia has always had a very tough defense, especially in the most recent years. And I think when it comes to Tennessee playing Georgia, I think that might be another very close matchup for Tennessee. Because I'm not an SEC fan. I'm not an Alabama, Tennessee, none of those teams.
I got you.
I'm a Pac-12 fan.
Right.
I'm a USC guy. But I do look at all the other colleges to see what could potentially be matchups for the playoff team.
And how do you now? Who's going to come out of the Pac-12 then? Put your thinking cap on.
It's going to be a close match. It's going to be a close race. Utah just proved that that they compete with one of the top teams in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
I think USC could eventually win the South. But the North is going to be tough to say because you got a lot of really good teams in Stanford, Oregon, and now Utah.
Right. Now, okay, so here you go. Let's say that Utah comes out of the North and USC comes out of the South, and there's the bell. But I'm gonna finish off with this. Go ahead and give me what happens in the rematch and why. And again, we're gonna pretend that that everybody is not injured. You got all your players there. Nobody's injured. There's no big injuries. Who wins and why?
I believe it's going to be a close matchup in a rematch for the Pac-12 championship in Vegas. Mind you, this they are playing at Allegiant Stadium for the Pac-12 championship. They have made that announcement already.
Right.
It's going to be a close matchup, but I believe USC is going to come back stronger. They're going to come back pissed, and they're going to prove that Utah beating them this past weekend was a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe with Pac-12 championship game, it could convince the playoff committee to put in another Pac-12 team inside that playoff spot, preferably, most likely that last playoff spot, or it could get USC into one of the New Year's Six.
Well, they would have to, because like I said, if USC doesn't beat Utah,
yeah,
then you know, then you're OBE. You're already out of the equation. Now, if USC does beat Utah in the rematch, then I can see that. I can see a New Year's Day 6 game. I can see a possible. I don't want to say it's like what is it? Did they go to 6 or did they go to 8 for the? I can't remember because I know it was 4. Did they changed it last year? Did they change it to 6 or did they change it to 8?
For the playoff spot?
Yeah, for the playoff spots.
I don't think they're making that change this year. I think this year it's still 4.
Okay.
I believe next year it should go to 6 or 8.
Uh-huh.
But two very strong teams that could make that push into the playoffs will, and under the new regime, even though it's still just year 1 with Lincoln Riley, I think USC has already proven that they are trying to make a return to being a powerhouse, not only in the Pac-12, but in college football in general.
Okay. Well, we will see. We will see.
And
yeah.
another team that makes that push for the Pac-12 is also Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, buzzer came off their mode. I wanted to make sure I got your intake on that, and thank you for being here. And again, best to you, and say hi to your cousin.
I will.
I know that he's like being very, very disheartened with his Doyers losing.
Oh, trust me, so am I.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to say anything.
Yeah. Well, but I'm just, not that I'm being an ass. I'm not being an ass, but
and congrats to the Phillies on beating Atlanta.
Yeah. Well, that makes you feel really good, beating Atlanta. That just, I mean, hopefully we can continue through that. Hopefully we will continue to get into the series. But you know what? That just beating Atlanta makes the season successful.
All I gotta say is just please beat New York.
We'll see what goes on, man. We'll see what goes on. Hi, buddy. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Arr, you bastard. Good to hear from you. Okay, take care now. That was Raider Mode. We are at 155. Wow. Talk about being right on the tick. Anna Diaz, the Falcons are in the NFC. I know. Yeah, I know. You all have a good. Thank you, Anna Diaz. You have a good night too. I'm actually gonna roll the credits because again, I got to get up. Thank you for being here. Continue to watch, like, share, comment after the show. Comment after the show, please. It gets the not the analogy, the algorithm. I keep forgetting to say the word algorithm. Gets the algorithm up. We will be here Tuesday night. Chronicles of the Black Hole will be there as well. So it'll be good. It'll be good. Check it out. Tuesday night, Chronicles of the Black Hole. And then I will get some rest, and then I will be continuing to hate life for a little while as well. Wild Turkey, good to see you there. Good to see you. Hey, Wild Turkey, are you at Jackson now, Fort Jackson? I know that you were at Savannah, but I think you said you were going to Fort Jackson. Hopefully wherever you're at, you are good. Y'all take care. Take care. Remember, like, share after the show. Thanks again. We will see you Tuesday night for Chronicles of the Black Hole. And thank you. Always a pleasure.